Hey, I'm Josh Brookes.
I'm glad that people do think of me as one of the more popular riders. That's a great thing to hear.
People would name me Bad Boy Brookes, but I don't know, like I haven't really had a nickname for most of my life, but apart from Brooksy, really.
The bad boy image is it's got a double meaning. My kind of hero as a kid growing up was Rick Johnson. He was nicknamed the Bad Boy. So there's an element of my character that is to be a little bit outside the box, but I think for most of it, it's not so much. It's not that I'm so much a bad boy, but it's kind of like I'm a renegade, you know what I mean? I kind of almost want to do the opposite of what everyone wants me to do. If people are having like nice, well-cut hair and, you know, everything's precise, I'll grow it long and have it ragdoll, you know, like I'll kind of go the opposite of what the mainstream trend is. And then when I kind of got all the flack on my first season when Honda wasn't registered with the Home Office to bring me in, so I couldn't get a visa, and then my brakes didn't work, and then I made a big mistake at Mallory. All those things were kind of compounding, and I kind of went, if you want me to be the bad boy, I can be the bad boy. If that's what you want, then I'll be that person. But deep down, I don't feel like that person, I never have. And actually that was kind of difficult to accept at that time, really, because I didn't think it represented what I'd done and who I was, but the British public can only see what's available to see and read what's available to read. When you first get here, when people aren't sure of your history and your past races, you've kind of got to do an apprenticeship. You've got to get people's approval and do enough that people can see your potential as a rider themselves with their own eyes. You know, you can come in and say, oh, I've won this race and I've got a lap record at this circuit and I've beaten this guy, but you know, unless people are there and they feel it and see it for themselves, then it's hard for them to really embrace what you're trying to bring to the team.
Josh Brookes takes his maiden victory in British Superbikes.
I won my first ever World Championship race in 2004, which is over 10 years ago. You know, so that was racing against the best in the world at that time, and I was able to win. So I think the pure, you know, born talent or skill or that core ingredient has sort of been there for a long time. I think it's just kind of understanding the game a little bit better now.
I'm a strange guy. I don't know if it's me or maybe I'm just a bit weird. I don't have any real good, strong friends in the paddock, but again, that probably relates to being in competition to each other. So I keep in my own little world a bit.
Riding motorbikes of any kind has been my whole life, and riding superbikes has been nearly or more than the last 10 years. So I've ridden enough bikes for enough different brands and enough different models to know what a good tyre feeling is, what a good chassis feeling is, what a good engine delivery feeling is, and I can sort of see through some maybe surface problems and see whether it's true potential of the bike or whether the design is flawed, especially over the last couple of years, because I've been at the top on a Honda, on a Suzuki, on the old Yamaha, on the new Yamaha. People are like really respectful of how diverse I can be on different brands and different machines, and know that given a number of different circumstances, I can still achieve the desired result. A Honda is kind of like a package where it doesn't do anything really good, but it doesn't really do anything really bad. It's kind of like this middle of the range bike that can kind of do everything just average. And to get that race result win that you so desire, you've really got to bring it out of its comfort zone. The following seasons when I was on the Suzuki, the actual bike itself probably prefers to be ridden in a more smoother character, but I was given so much away in engine performance with the British Championship rules that we weren't able to maintain the position through the sheer speed of the bike, and I was actually riding above and beyond, and in a lot of ways almost on the crash point, even though if I look at 2012, I finished every single race, 100% of the races in the year I finished, didn't crash out of one. But that whole season, if everyone knew actually how close I was to crashing, they'd probably be surprised. But I still wasn't able to win when it come down to the final three races.
Shane Byrne wins it for the Paul Byrne Motorsport Rapid Solicitors Kawasaki team.
Yamaha is most definitely suited to a more calm riding. If you really get the bike out of shape, you end up going slower. Where in other years I've been able to ride the bike out of shape and find that last tenth or an extra tenth that you're trying to find. Time and time again, when I've got the bike out of shape and it feels like it's a fast lap, you get to the end and it's actually you've lost a couple of tenths. So it's kind of almost been forced upon me to ride in a more relaxed and reserved fashion to achieve the best result. I felt that on the old bike I didn't actually achieve as good as results as I should have been able to. There was a lot of issues throughout the season that contributed to the final result not being what I thought we could achieve.
Josh Brookes goes down, lost the front. He was just putting everything into the turns to keep the Milwaukee Yamaha up there.
We made some subtle changes from last year to this year around his side of the garage. You know, I elevated Mick from his crew chief into kind of a team coordinator management position, which kind of helped me behind the scenes a lot more. So his crew chief's new to him, new to the team. It was a fresh idea. Added to that, we had some increased support from Yamaha Europe as part of the development program. Then he joined the team and focused a lot on Josh's side, because clearly that's where the results were coming from. Josh really clicked very early with Stuart, his new crew chief.
Stuart's someone I've known for years. He worked with my best mate Wade Maxwell for a number of years in Australian Superbike. The beauty of Stuart is that if he hasn't got the perfect knowledge in any particular area, he has a great deal of knowledge over a wide range of areas. And for this championship, I kind of need someone like that that's got an understanding of all the areas. And of course, he's Scottish, so he understands the European and most certainly UK ways, but he's lived for 10 years in Australia, so he's kind of been, you know, moulded a little bit to understand maybe the way Aussies, or particularly the way I speak. So he's a bit rough on the edges, but he covers a lot of bases, and I thought for this year he may be able to contribute something, and so far, if you look at the results, I think he's done perfectly at doing that.
To work with him this year for the first time in the BSB Championship has been unreal. We have quickly found our feet with the motorcycle with the help of Yamaha, and the team's worked really well together this year. So I mean, it's been a great privilege for me to come here in my debut year to work with Josh to achieve the goal we've achieved.
For us, having worked with Josh last year, you could see his persona was getting a lot stronger, and he was just generally happier to be working with, and his feedback was a lot concise. It was really specific.
When I'm braking, the efficiency of the bike is slowing down and stopping in that braking zone where I need it to, rather than kind of just trying to get into that braking zone and then skidding through the other side of it, and then trying to get the bike back to an apex by leaning it over too far where the tyres are actually off their usable riding area. I'm actually able to slow down in my desired braking zone, pull the bike up and steer it to an apex, and then focus on trying to accelerate away efficiently, and I'm actually taking less risk to achieve more.
He's been racing a long time, Josh, and you know, he's no dummy. He knows how to control a race, and he knows he's got the bike below him. He knows what he can do. So I think you know, it's a mature. You can see the maturity in his racing. He can be patient, and then once he gets out front, you know, he really likes to be able to ride his own lines and just sort of do his own pace. So yeah, it's been good to see Josh just be patient, and then when he gets in front, just pull away and get the job done.
And when your confidence builds and the rider starts to click with podiums regularly, the wins come, the rider's, you know, his whole attitude towards the championship and the season just grew from strength to strength to where we are today.
I want to hopefully win the British Championship, achieve that goal that I'd set, and move on and extend my career to greater things, but that all hinges on what other people think I'm capable of doing.